Propaganda, propaganda. Even senators and congressmen were told, if you don't pass this bailout bill, martial law's coming now. Propaganda. Put out a disinformation to scare them people into believing that the bailout was good, or that they would be somehow or another destroyed if they didn't pass it. When in fact the truth about it is, because it was passed and because this other money's fixing to be done, America will be destroyed. Am I making sense about the propaganda deal? Let's move on. Propaganda, in the narrow term of use, deliberately brings false, misleading information that supports and furthers political causes, but not only political, to serve the interests of those in power. Propaganda seeks to change the way people understand an issue or situation for the purpose of changing their actions and expectations the way they're desirable to interest that group. Now, example, since I'm so against abortion, example, woman's right to choose to screw around and be a whore and a prostitute all the days of her life if she wants to be, and if she gets knocked up, then she can kill that baby, and that is not murder. Propaganda. It is murder. It is murder. Propaganda, though. Woman right to choose. Roe versus Wade. Propaganda. Even fooled the Supreme Court. Propaganda. See? Where if we'd really come out and be honest with ourselves, and I'm gonna drive a stake right here and say this. You people that say that you're of God and you do not believe that I can have the right to keep and bear arms to protect my family, you're on the same side as abortionists, whether you voted for abortion or not. Because you're just as ignorant and just as confused by propaganda as they are, because you don't know the truth, you see. But anyway, let's move on. I don't want to get into that. This ain't supposed to be about that. Listen to this. Leaders of an organization know the information to be one-sided or untrue, but they don't care because they want to promote their agenda. In other words, they stand there, look at you, never crack a grin, and look in your eyes and lie to you face to face and tell you that what they're saying is truth when it ain't. And they never crack a grin. Propaganda is a career for most politicians today. Truth has been flung to the ground, subscribers. Truth has been flung to the ground and stomped on. Everything's gray to these masses. Nothing's black, nothing's white. I'm not being racial here if you got enough intellect to understand what I'm saying. You see, you got one side of the fence and you got the other. Okay? It's open on both sides of that fence. In the middle of it is a fence. Therefore, it ain't open where the fence is. The fence is a drawing line, a perimeter line. You can't straddle the fence. Male or female, you're going to hurt something if you do. Stay on it long enough. So, you either have to be on the right side or the wrong side. They can't be, well, this is okay, but that ain't. It either has to be right or wrong. And if you choose to walk that way and live that way and believe that way, then you can stand on something that's called truth. And you have something firm to base your life and how you live and what you're going to do. And the choices that you make will not be wishy-washy. But when you make that choice, you'll be firm on it. You'll be confident in that choice that you make because you know truth and you live in truth and not propaganda. Okay? Now, propaganda is a powerful weapon in war. It's used to dehumanize and create hatred toward a supposed enemy. I've got to stop right there. Let me get my pen out. Okay. Propaganda is a powerful weapon in war used to dehumanize and create hatred toward the supposed enemy. Now, let me translate that to where we're getting and leading up to in America in the coming days and months. The propaganda that's been put out there is this. As far as martial law and all these other things go. The propaganda is promoting the police are not there to protect and serve anymore, but they are a militarized police state that you see that's got these SWAT team vehicles, these light armored vehicles. Some of them got Humvees, they got millimeter machine guns on them. They militarize them. In other words, okay, police are civilians that put on a badge, take an oath to protect and serve the American people and the Constitution of the United States. That's what they are supposed to do. Some of them still do it, but the majority of what you see on that news today is not that. They're dressed up like Darth Vader. I mean, they got a mask on, they full body gear, and this, that, and the other, and they're all toting this big M4, and they're toting these rubber bullet guns and saying, "You stupid little son of a gun, you say something to me, you open your mouth, and I'll just blow you away. Or I'll pull my taser out, and I'll lock you down, and I'll beat you half to death and stomp you to death, and everything else." You see? No, that's not protecting and serving the public. That is instilling propagandist fear that we would never open our mouth or say nothing back to them. That somehow or another, that the media has the right to go out and film a propagandist bullcrap, but under the freedom of speech, that we don't have the right to be on a public street that our taxes paid for, on a sidewalk, get in the street, you might get killed, on the sidewalk and film stuff, but they do. They have the right to come up and push that camera out of your face. Propaganda. They don't have that friggin' right. But the masses believe that they do. Propaganda. I beg you, American people, look at what happened in England on the banning of handguns, and the list goes on and on, and the fox hunting and all, and they want their guns back. They were stupid, and they believed and were apathetic and took the propaganda for truth. I beg the American citizen right now, before it's too late, get out of the propaganda, look somewhere else for your truth, study it and find it, quit watching that garbage, that bullcrap that's peddling for truth on TV, and please remove the propaganda from the hard drive in your brain, erase it, and go look at the truth, wake up, and be everything that your rights have enabled you to be under the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and if you believe the Bible, the Bible is what I'm begging you to do. Now, see, today in the media, they'll use derogatory racist terms like, you know, Obama used it and you know, don't say nothing about racism, don't start that racist mess, but then yet they used it against the Clintons, and I'm not for none of them. Okay? But here's what I'm saying. The very reason that Barack Hussein, Obama, or Barry Soetoro, or whichever one of them other aliases you want to call him, is going to be take the inauguration of President of the United States on Tuesday, is because they put propaganda rather than putting truth. Okay? Okay? Propaganda is this. Certain people say he was born in Hawaii. The truth is this. Documented birth certificate original deal. Never showed it. Propaganda is this. Supreme Court won't hear the case. Truth would have been this. Hear the case. Let the people present their evidence. Never was able to do it. Therefore, propaganda prevailed. The masses are up there in Washington, D.C. right now. Some of them will arrive 6 hours early for the train ride just to see him. Propaganda has prevailed for the masses of the people, and the New World Order never fired a shot, and they've already won the masses of people in America. Because the masses of people live by their emotions and not by their intelligence. I don't care how smart they think they are. They're dumb as a brick. Because if they knew the whole truth and nothing but the truth, as some emails I've got, they wish they'd have never voted for him now. They would have never voted for him because they were deceived and believed the propaganda. End time watchman. I shall be back.